Hello, Randy Rain here, and look at all the space galaxies. Well, this one's mine, and this one is fully complete and working. This one is incomplete. It's missing the little spaceship. It has the rod for it, but not the spaceship. And then this last one here, well, it has all the working pieces to play the game. So this is the one I'm going to work on. Not sure what I'm going to do with this one. I think I can recreate that little spaceship, but it's several parts. That's for a different video. This video is about getting this one working and getting it on eBay. So let me get started. This is actually a really fun game. It is only a single person though. This is a map that gets laid out. I'm not going to bother pulling that out for right now. You're the spaceship and you got to try to get this thing. And this thing hooks here. And this thing hooks here. And they spin around, and this one's slower. And you can dive, and you got to try to dive, and this thing should be spring loaded, and it would open up to show the little explosion in there. For the other one, this is what I'd have to recreate right here. It's like several pieces. This is a piece, because this actually changes the difficulty. Okay, move it down or in. That's easier. That's harder. But this is a piece up here. That's a piece. This bottom. So I think it's 4 pieces. But this is the main thing. Here's the battery compartment. Battery compartment looks fine. This is what you go up and down with. And you can see it counts how many dives you go through. It's this number versus this number, and this number is how many times little whatever you call it goes through here. Well, there's those pieces. You can see this thing is just pushing here. Pushing that gear into place. Something doesn't seem right. What is this piece just floating right here? I have no idea. Oh, it went right here. That's what that little brad is right there. So that was in there like that. It looked like that probably just holding the motor in place. So then this motor has a nice brass gear on it. That gear is not going to crack. What kind of contraption we got here? Okay, that's an idle gear. That's not going to crack. That's metal. This gear, big hefty gear. That's not going to crack. Okay. If I remember correctly, this one was a trouble one. Yeah, this one is cracking. That's what, just like that on my other one. Now, of course, out of all my large gears, none of them are this size. They're close, but not quite. Like this big one, this one's not. That's too big. None of these are. Well, that happens a lot. I kept looking. I was able to find this one. And that is the gear. Unfortunately, It's an idle gear and it spins. Now there is a way that I can fill that and re-drill it, but I might as well just redo this then. This top part here, I want to look at this gear. Yep, this one's starting to crack. And this is not the same kind of gear. I'm not going to have anything like this. This one has to be repaired. I've cleaned everything up here. This should have a spring on it right here, but I'm going to keep that off for a second. This is what's connecting to the motor. I'm going to take that off for a second just to show you how it works. So it's being spun like this. This one is going to here, which is turning this. And right now, it's stuck here in this little notch, because the spring is holding it there. And this right here is connected to here, which turns this. So this isn't turning right now. When you push this in, it connects to this. So now that whole thing starts turning. And this has the little offset right here. And that's what's pushing this up and down. And then when you let up, since it's pushing here, there's a little ledge right there. And it's not going to go until it gets back to here, and the spring pushes it back over. And now this isn't going up and down anymore. But I gotta fix this little motor clip here. That was a thin piece of brass sheet that I cut up and put little cuts in it. Now I soldered it to this thing. Push that in. This goes in here. Now I can just spread my little cuts out. Go ahead and put some solder onto it though. Alright, that's good. So that holds the motor on. For the motor, I'm just going to give it my 3-in-1 oil trick. Squirt some oil down there. Make sure it gets, you can go down to those holes, get into the brushes in the commutator. Give it a little spin here. Then a 9-volt. Set in like that. This had a spring and a little washer. bitches, quit doing that. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot this piece. That piece has to go in. And this can probably be put in afterwards. Alright, now this. Yeah, so this thing pushing up and down is just pushing on this metal rod right here, which makes this go up and down. Are these the same thing? They are not. This went like that. That went like that. Throw some C batteries in here. On. Now I remember what that was. It's not to hold the motor, it's the noise maker. And that's why the other gear, when you go down, the noisemaker connects to the other gear, the more finer tooth gear. So there's one more thing, and that's this thing. Has these wheels here. It latches, and it runs like this. Now here's my good one. When you can see, when you push on it, it flings up. Because there's a little spring right down there. And on this one, there is no spring. Spring is gone completely. How's that possible? Looks like someone might have been in here. Did someone harvest that little spring? Well, I don't have anything that close to being that tiny of a spring. So I'm just going to have to do my best here. Got this spring. Maybe if I push that out, set the spring go in here. There we go. Get in there. Come on. Keep working it. Keep going. Come on. Last bit. Oh yeah. The fling is open now. That locks it. Pin. Oh yeah. Locks into place. Hits. Mine's a lot easier. Hopefully that's not too stiff. My spring is too strong. It can't be that strong. I know one more place that I can maybe get a tiny little spring from. Old VCR tapes. There's little springs right here. Those could be ones that might work. There's a little spring right here. This is probably the one that was going to work. This one looks good. Oh yeah. This spring is actually even wound the right way. This might actually just work. I think I do want to straighten this out though. Like that. That might be just the right perfect spring. Okay. And that's stronger. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it just barely even pops open. That's what you want. Because it's got to be able to close it back. Let's see if it'll do it. Perfect. I'm going to try to reattach some of these labels. And I'm just using a glue stick. Alright, here is the board that you lay down. This gets put here. This one gets placed just like that. Close that. Goes like that. You have to get it all the way in like that. Batteries go in. And the game's ready to play. So pulling a spring out of a VCR cassette tape. If you didn't hit the like button over that, then I don't know what to tell you. You don't see tips like that from just every YouTube channel. It works perfectly now. The little rover unit pops right open, and it's able to close it as it goes back around. Now this is a really fun game, and it's basically how many times you can dive down versus how many times you actually hit it. So you start off setting each one of these counters to 0, and the left counter goes every time you dive down, so every time you push the joystick forward, and then the right counter is every time you've hit the little rover and it gets closed, that one turns. So there's no time limit, so there's no reason to waste your shot. So you ready to see me in action? Here I go. So if you like the Space Galaxy and you want this Space Galaxy, well, it's on eBay right now with a low starting bid. So if you want to help the channel out and you want this Space Galaxy, go put a bid down. And if you enjoyed this video, and you should, because I pulled a spring out of a VCR cassette tape to fix this, you should hit the like button. And if you want to see more, of course, subscribe. Anyway, I want to thank these people. These are patrons. These are people helping me out. These are the people that brought you the Space Galaxy and the spring from the VCR cassette tape. So I thank them oh so very much. And if you'd like to become a patron, of course, there's links below. And there's perks and all that. So thanks for watching. Go check eBay. Put a bid down. Space Galaxy.